Hello dear colleagues, my name is Tatьяna Цыдик and I'm a teacher of English at State Secondary School number 19 of Grodno. And today we're going to work with you with one of the most difficult but the most important topic: ways of assessment in teaching English online. So let's start. What is assessment? Assessment is the process of gathering information on what students know based on their educational experience. Assessment results are typically used to identify areas for improvement and ensure that course content meets learning needs. And when we're talking about the meaning of assessment, we should remember that assessment is a process which follows a set of 4 components: the plan, do, check, and act. But please pay attention that it is a process to evaluate the student's performance. It is an orderly process and it is divided into many types. And when we're talking about the types of assessment, so there are 2 main types of them: formative assessments and summative assessments. When we are working with the formative assessments, we should remember that they are used to determine how well a student is learning the material. They are best when they are ongoing, consistent, and provide critical feedback to our learners. They also affect what the students and teacher will plan in the future for learning. When we're talking about summative assessments, of course, we mean that they show the amount of learning success. Also, it contributes to the final marks given for the unit, course, topic, and so on. They can validate how well your content supports the course overall learning goals. And of course, when we're talking about assessment, especially assessment online, we should remember about some requirements. Before you decide the best tool to implement for the assessment, you need to figure out what exactly you need to include. And please, let's look through some factors to consider. First of all, we must remember about how old are the students and how advanced should the application be. Will you require free response answers, or maybe you need some multiple choice questions and answers? Do you want the tool to grade automatically for you? Is it necessary to upload multimedia as a part of the question set? Do you want students to print the test and then scan and upload the answer sets? And the most common assessment methods in teaching online are online quizzes and polls, open-ended questions, essay questions, drag and drop activities, online interviews, game-type activities, pre-evaluation and review, and for pass. Online quizzes and polls. Questions can take a number of forms, such as multiple choice, fill in the blanks, hotspots, and so on, so on, so on. The benefit of quizzes is that they are short and really very easy to assess. Another is that question order and options can be randomized, so each student's quiz is unique. Quizzes can be graded and non-graded. You can use a lot of platforms for providing them. The examples are on your screen, so Google Forms, online test pad, live worksheets, and so on, so on, so on. Open-ended essay questions, so they're really very important, especially in the frames of the 21st century skills. Prompt students to explore their thoughts, feelings, and opinions. This type of assessment encourages critical thinking and is best suited for evaluating higher level of learning. Essay questions require a longer time for students to think, organize, and compile the answers, but make sure that your students know all the criteria they need. Drag and drop activities. Drag and drop are a type of assessment that show learners' ability to link information and apply the knowledge to solve a practical problem. You can incorporate both images and text and drag and drop activity, giving it a real-world feel that is both challenging and, of course, engaging. And I like learning apps for doing such assessment. Online interviews. Of course, we can't imagine our life without oral speech, and teaching English is a really very important part in teaching English, as teaching oral speaking skills. And of course, when we're talking about online interviews, we must remember about some platforms that you can use. And one of the most maybe important and interesting thing that it's Zoom opportunities. Using Zoom, you can divide your class into a lot of groups and work within these groups. And of course, such interviews can be in-class participants and some guests. For example, if you work in the topic professions, you can invite some people who can tell about their professions, and your students can ask and answer questions, and it really works. Game type activities, so I think that this type of assessment is the most favorite among your students and my students as well. So my students like such games very much, and I think that they have an opportunity not just play but to engage themselves in learning English, and with the help of such games I help them to improve their strengths. And so, game type activities. Game type activities turn a series of task questions into a game. And the examples of such platforms can be Quizzes and Quizlet, Wordwell, and a lot of others. Some teachers like Kahoot, but my favorite is Quizzes. And I think that students feel themselves. Peer evaluation and review. Of course, peer evaluation really very important, and peer evaluation allows to put learners into the instructor's seat and allows students to review and edit each other's work. Such activities give each participant a chance to reflect on their knowledge and then communicate their feedback in a consistent and structured way. And the platform for that can help you to organize such form of assessment is Tantin. So please use it, and I think you'll like it. Well, forum posts. Okay, a really great thing. I usually use such assessment at the end of our topics, and usually I use the platform Lineate. What is a forum post? A forum is an online discussion board organized around a topic. Asking students to share the ideas to a forum post, it is an excellent way to go to their understanding, support their interest and their learning. In this activity, students are given a critical thinking question based on a lesson or reading and are asked to reflect on both. The answers are posted to a forum, and their classmates are given the chance to respond. And of course, we are talking also with you with the feedback. It's really very important when you're using such things. So please use these type of assessment. And of course, to sum up, some online assessment tips for you. Keep in mind the age of the students. The younger they are, the more simple the software. Consider multiple choice over free response. Add images or video to both engage the student and add another frame of reference to the word. Allow your students to take the test offline if they don't have access to technology. Give the students a long time period to take the test in case of issues with technology or Wi-Fi. If you truly need to time the test, ensure that the students have sample notes and perhaps give a sample test so they can test the platform and ask any question ahead of time. If you're allowing free responses that are automatically graded, make sure to input variations of the answer. Incorporate misspellings. Add the answer with and without articles. Keep in mind capture. Give clear instructions. If you give activities on a new platform, make sure that your students will be able to use it. Obviously, assessments are about more than just grades. When they are meaningful and well constructed, they help students to gear up for success by challenging them to reflect, interact, and apply their knowledge to answer questions, solve problems, and communicate information. There are a number of practices you can use to evaluate your students mindfully. The best method will vary based on learning needs and objectives. For example, an online quiz will be your perfect match if your goal is to measure knowledge gains quickly. But if you want to test your students' interview skills, you're better off using a dialogue simulation. to the best that suits you and your students. And good luck. Thank you for your attention. See you. Bye.